Alright, I think I'm ready to fight the fire. Hey everybody, what's going on? Steel Boy here. Hope you're doing good and living the life. Well, this vlog brings us to beautiful downtown San Antonio. And why are we downtown? This is why. We are going to be visiting the San Antonio Fire Museum. That's pretty cool. They got some old-time fire extinguishers right here at the entrance. And you can see the prices here. It's not too bad if you want to come down here and check it out. Adult admission is only $5. Children 3 to 12 too. You got senior citizens at $3. And the military is free. Children under 3 is free. SAFD is free, obviously. And yeah, this is pretty cool. It's really affordable. Got a lot of old pictures and stuff. They also have the history right here of when the San Antonio Volunteer Fire Stations started in 1854 to 1869, and it was manned at one point by the Confederate Army and black slaves. Then when they formed a few more fire stations, they wanted to be paid, and they didn't want to pay them, so they fired them all. And then they got German immigrants to come in and be volunteer fire workers. And this was right here, William Menger. He bought one of those steam engines right there, and he was a fire chief. They named him fire chief in 1860. This is interesting here. This used to be a working fire station at one time. A lot of old pictures from way back before my time.
I wonder what the heck that was with a big tail on it.
Now coming from these pictures, we turn. They have some old fire engines. On display here. And they said these all run too. They said they use these when they need a fire presence in parades and things of that nature. This is an old steam engine here. This is a 1912 American LaFrance hook and ladder. Come down here to a 1927 American LaFrance engine. Looks like they have an old radio system set up here, along with probably a newer model right there. I would just think so. But they also have old-time telephone, telegraph, some old receivers, an old fire alarm pool station.
24 is on Queen Station.
They used all this stuff at one time. Now, this fire museum was a group of 5 firefighters who worked at station number 19 in 1997. They finally got enough funding to open the museum in 2013 at the Central Fire Headquarters. Then, in 2013, they came here to open their museum. They quickly ran out of space, and they had to get the annex next door to put the rest of their exhibits. Now there is a new fire station number 1, and this is just strictly a museum now, but it did used to be a working fire station. Their trucks got too long, and they were unable to make right turns on the street out front here, so that's why they had to move the fire station, one of the tour guides told me. And yeah, let's look around some more. There's another fire extinguisher. And here's a 1939 Diamond T service truck. And what fire station wouldn't be complete without a Dalmatian? Here's that steam engine again. They used to keep the water boiling at night, so that way if there was a fire, they would be ready. They would hook the horses up and they'd be out in about a minute and a half. And this is from 1892. There's a fireman gonna slide down the pole. There's a pool over there. There's a pool here. And there's another where a pool used to be. They took that out obviously for the display case here. And they said there was another one down there where the chief used to stay. He had his own room, and he would use that pool for himself. There's breathing apparatuses and fire boots. And I like their chain of fire extinguishers, letting you know not to cross that barricade. And he is all decked out and ready to go. Fire hats and coats and bells. They also have a San Antonio Spurs fire helmet. Of course, we're in San Antonio. You can't be in San Antonio without something being the Spurs. See, they have quite a number of different styles going through the years. All the different styles. They have a more modern truck here. Authorized personnel only, so we can't go up the stairs and see the living quarters at all. but they do have display that we'll be getting to in a minute. So you won't be missing much. I do believe this trampoline has seen better days. It has been used quite a bit.
I hope it was
Got a lot of different tools that they use. Hose roller right here to roll the hose. Comes up through here and you roll it like that. Different knots that they use. Along with the compressor there for the jaws of life. Ooh, that is heavy. Probably shouldn't have touched that, but now I know how heavy those jaws of life are. There's another saw there to get through if they need to. Some more equipment. Line throwing gun here. With a battering ram. Fire extinguishers, more down there. More boots and tools. A lot of tools of the trade. These are all hand tools here. And then these are all the different types of nozzles that they have and had throughout the years. Here's some more fire extinguishers. Now these are cool. These are the hand throwing fire extinguishers right here. They were filled with water or a chemical to stop the fire, and you would just throw it like a grenade at the fire. And yeah, I don't see how that would really help a whole lot, but they had to make with what they had back in the day. Another nozzle hose, along with a fire hydrant. Have the wrench on top there to open it up. A bucket. And a wooden water main is what that is. Wow, a steam engine push cart. That's pretty cool. Uh-oh, this looks dangerous. We might have to suit up in our hazmat suit just to be safe. And then there's the hazardous materials book, so we know exactly what we're dealing with. And here's another hazmat area with their equipment down there, their Geiger counters, and everything else they need to fight off those nasty chemicals. Now, if you happen to be in a plane crash, this is what you would see at the airport as they're trying to save you from burning to death in an airplane. Right here. That is the aviation division right there. So if you look out your window as you're screaming, trying to get out of the fire, you'll see them. And here's technical rescue. If you are on the water or if you're on the side of a cliff or something like that, you'll get somebody looking like that. The stretcher so they can secure you and take you up in the helicopter. There's like, they're climbing knots. And we have the service division. So when everything needs serviced, this is what they use for that. To service all the trucks. All the oil cans, jumper cables, all their gauges and everything they need. There he is. He's on his way up to the fire. He has a buddy already up there, so he has to wait till his buddy clears, and then he can get up. And there's the Arson Bureau. If a fire starts and it has a suspicious cause, this bureau will come in and determine how it started, and if they need to interview somebody with the lie detector test, the polygraph, they will determine how it did and why. They have their cameras to take all the pictures they need. Fingerprinting book over there. They'll figure it out. They'll know how it started. Right here is the Wall of Honor and the line of duty deaths and the dates that they passed. Got some pictures. These are the firefighters that risked their lives to save other lives. As I would be trying to run out, these men right here ran in. Takes a special kind of something to want to go into that or that. Or that. And here is an area here for the women in the fire service. Let's not forget we have ladies as well. This is more helmet art. They got a little creative on their helmets. A lot of old photographs. There's the old Central Fire Station #1 right there. Old payroll sheet with some fire truck models. Old trophies. Old fire marks. With an old trumpet. Old stove there where you burn to keep warm. It's a heater. You can see the fire is in there, so we should be nice and warm. I'm assuming that's where the chief did the payroll, working at his desk. Or it could be one of the firefighters who was assigned the clerical duties. I'm not sure. Little typewriter there. All the old fire badges there. And now, here's the living quarters. There's a bell right there to get you woken up if there's an alarm. We have somebody here sleeping tight with his boots and gear ready to go if he needs to jump in them. And I think the alarm is sounding and he's just sleeping through the alarm because his buddy over here is already sliding down the pole to get to the fire truck. So his friend better wake up really quick, otherwise he just might miss the fire. An old safe here that they used with a bell on top. Let's ring the bell. So we've seen everything here in this area just about. We didn't watch any of the videos. So we saw everything here. And now we're going to go out this exit here because there's more museum out here. So let's go. As soon as we come in, we have a display right here of oxygen and things that the first responders and rescuers will be giving patients. And when we come across here, you can see there's a patient on a gurney, has his mask on, he's covered. Fire department EMTs are here with their ambulance, ready to get him to the emergency room in the hospital so he can get taken care of. Now he's there. They're getting ready to put him in. We have somebody else in here already in the ambulance. Masked up. As you can see all the equipment here. They've got the paddles to start the heart. Seat here for a rescue technician to help. All of their medical equipment that they need up here. And around here, breathing tubes and apparatuses and such. See, he's out there waiting to get put in. This is a view you would have right here in the ambulance, helping the patient, and if need be, more seating here on the side. You got a phone here to talk up front, I'm assuming, to the driver, or maybe a direct line to the hospital or wherever they need to relay information. There's another bell. It says never forget. I guess that's another bell to ring when a firefighter is lost. They have EMS medical services, different pictures of hospitals, different patches, pioneers of 1974. These right here is the first class of medical services of paramedics in 1974, March 1st. There's the first class right there. There's first aid kits that they used. As you can see, they need a lot of supplies in all of them. Airway management. They need to run lines, whatever they need to do. Needles. They need to give people medications. Splints and things to secure broken bones. And there's a bicycle for the emergency medical personnel that ride their bikes. This is the ambulance we were just in. I'm not going to be able to see that well because there's a big old glare in that window. Backdraft. And that was a darn good movie. But now this is their theater right here. And no, it's not playing, but they have movies you can watch. There's another one, Ladder 49. I don't think that was as good as Backdraft, but that's just my opinion. Yours might differ. And of course there's San Antonio up there, the city. Got a lot more models over here. I'm sure some of these are worth some money. Come over here. We've got some Tonka toys. These are some old Tonka toy fire trucks. I'm sure these are worth some money. Tonka was a good brand. Do they still make Tonkas, or is Tonka pretty much forgotten about now? I'm not sure. Legos. That's cool. I like those Tonka trucks. I think I have a Tonka fire truck somewhere up in the attic. I'll have to look for that. Now this museum is owned and operated by the San Antonio Fire Museum Society, and it is a 501c3 charity. All the management and staff are volunteers. All right, and here we are in the kitchen. This is a hot water heater here, and you should never probably store gas in plastic bags or cloths next to your water heater because it'll probably blow up. Here you don't want to leave appliances like a pizza box on your burner as things are boiling, rags to catch on fire. Your blender right here is going in the sink, so you might get electrocuted, or from your radio there, and your candles next to. Yeah, this is an example of what not to do, because you will probably catch yourself on fire. Don't ever stick a knife in a toaster. And for all the stupid people, the Tide Pod Challenge, don't do it. All your poisons. Coming over here, you have your iron and stuff next to the toaster oven, your batteries on top of the toaster oven, your cigarettes, lighters, cigar, matches next to the toaster oven, don't do it. Coming over here to your bedroom, you don't want to add ambiance by putting something on your lampshade or smoking in bed. It's probably not good. And keep your space heater away from all your blankets. This is the example of what not to do right there. Well, I definitely got to say, if somebody is actually doing some of that, well, it's survival of the fittest, and I think they need to be weeded out of society. That's just my opinion. A few more models and stuff here. This is like a kid's play area. They have books and puzzles, Legos, hospital and a fire truck and a fire station. That's cool. That would have been cool. Now you can have a little hello pad right there. Boots all ready to get into. With the coats up here. And we can go up the stairs on this one. As you can see, coats lined up here for the firefighters with their hats up here. As they drove to the fire. Wow, this hose is nice and solid. Imagine riding in the back of here to a fire in this 1953 Sims 550.
Where's your fire pants?
Wow.
Where's the front?
Axe on the side and gauges. And another fire truck here. Can't climb on this one, but this is a 1955. All right, I think I'm ready to fight the fire. And of course, after every museum tour, you have to go by the gift shop. And it looks like there's some really cool things here. I'm going to have to check it out and see what interests me. Oh, they got the little Dalmatians. Well, they got me. They wouldn't let me leave until I bought something. So there it is. I got a shirt, I got a wine glass, and I got a keychain. Woohoo! Well, that's going to about do it here at the San Antonio Fire Museum. I hope you had a good time because I did. It was a really cool experience. had a lot of good history here. So I do recommend this place. If you're ever in San Antonio, come on down to the Fire Museum because it's going to be well worth it and it's really affordable. It's on Houston Street, right across from River Center Mall. You can't miss it. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my vlog yet, please hit that subscribe button. I think you're going to like what you see here. Also, leave me a comment. Let me know what you liked, what you disliked, or go ahead and give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Hey, anyway, I'll take it. Also, if you want to know when I post my vlogs, please hit that bell notification and it will let you know when I post my vlogs. Also, if you want to hit me up on Facebook or my Twitter, that's in the description below as well. And like I said, that's going to do it here at the San Antonio Fire Museum. As always, this is Steelboy, and I will catch you on the flip side.